What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to another Tackle Talk Tuesday. I'm Hunter with LS Lures, and today we're going to be breaking over the 2 knots that you have to know to be a better jig fisherman. Today we're going to be talking about how to tie them, why I tie them, why I use them, how I got to them, that stuff. It's going to be a really quick video again. We're super busy in the shop, so I don't have an hour to ramble and go off on my tangents. So today we're going to keep it super short and simple. We're going to show you guys 2 super easy knots that are super strong. I don't have any issues with them. I don't have any break-offs. Like, they're the best thing since sliced bread. And hopefully you guys can take these, catch a lot more fish, have a lot less headaches, especially now that it's getting colder. These are super easy to tie when your fingers are cold and stuff like that. They're not hard at all. So we're gonna use this piece of rope so you guys can see, and this block of wood named jig. If I was in the swim bait market, I could probably put treble hooks on this thing and sell it for a couple $100. But tonight, that's gonna be our jig that we're using for the video. If you guys are new to this, every Tuesday night we drop a Tackle Talk Tuesday. We also drop this week's sale, and this week's sale is going to be our Big Wizard jig, okay? These jigs are 15% off starting at the very end of this video when you get done watching this, all the way until Friday at midnight. We've got a good inventory. We're adding more tonight of these, so be sure to check out our Big Wizard jig. It is the ultimate finesse jig. It's got a super low strand count on there. It's a lot different. It's kind of funky looking compared to other finesse jigs, but this thing is a killer. North, south, east, west, everywhere in the country, this thing's got fish. This thing's caught fish. It's got a 4/0 sticky sharp BKK hook on it. It's wicked. So go check them out on our website. That'll be linked below. Make sure you guys join our newsletter, also linked below. Every single week we send out 2 emails, one on Wednesday morning letting you know what the sale is for the week, and one on Saturday morning letting you guys know what this week's limited drop is going to be. Every Saturday we drop a super awesome limited color. They sell out in like 3 hours every single week. This week we're dropping a ton more, so maybe they'll last 4 or 5 hours this week. But be sure to check that out, okay? Like and subscribe, and now let's get into all the knot tying juice. Alrighty, boys, the first knot we're gonna be talking about, I don't know what the name of it is, okay? I came up with it on accident a couple years ago, and maybe not even came up, I stumbled into it on accident years ago, trying to do a San Diego jam knot, and I did this and it worked super good. So it might have a name. Some of you might know what it is. I don't. I've never really done a ton of research. I tried looking it up today and couldn't find anything. There's a lot of knots really similar to this one, but it's super quick and easy. It doesn't break on hook sets. It doesn't do anything crazy. You know, I used to run the Palomar knot or the Palomar knot for all my jigs on fluorocarbon, and it just, you know, I don't know, I had some weird break-offs with it. I'm gonna have some people come at me and say it's the best knot on the planet, and it is if you're using braid, you know, it's great. And you can use it on fluorocarbon too. I just know that I swing really hard, and if you do anything wrong when tying that knot and you burn that line, you're a lot more likely to blow that knot up and lose a lot of really big fish. And I've had that happen, I don't even wanna know how many times. I run good line, it's not that. The only thing I could trace it back to is the knot, and since I switched, I've had almost no issues. So the first knot we're gonna show you, we're gonna use our jig here, this piece of 2x4, and we're gonna use this rope just so you guys can get a really good idea of exactly the steps you need to use. Then we'll jump over with a darker background with real line and show you guys how it's actually supposed to be done there. But just so you guys get the gist of this, we'll run the bigger size first. So what you're gonna do, what you're gonna start off with, is you're going to take your jig, your bait, whatever you're using. I only use this on fluorocarbon, so whatever you throw on fluorocarbon, this knot works great for. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your line, your main line, you've got your tag end here, and you're going to wrap that around so that you've got a hole made there, and you're going to take your bait and you're gonna hold your tag in, you're gonna bring this down, and you're going to swing that bait around several times, okay? So the thicker your line is, the least wraps you have to do. So if I'm running anything under, say, I don't know, anything under 15 pound, I typically do 7 or 8 wraps there, 7 or 8 swings around. If I'm using 20 pound, you can get away with 6. I'm sure you can get away with less. 6 is the absolute minimum I'll do. It's probably a little overkill. You find out. I like to play it safe there. But what you're gonna do is, now you've got your hole at the top, and I've got my main line going through the hole this way. It's coming out this way, it's going through that way. So what I'm gonna do is, now that I've got my line here, I'm going to put it back the opposite way of how the line comes in. So if the line comes in this way, I want this to come out that way. And what you're gonna do is, this might look a little goofy because I'm using such big rope, but you're gonna stick it back out, wet that line, and cinch it down, okay? Oh, she does work. Okay, well, if it'll cinch down, which it did, you're going to get, this is probably not the greatest example because it's a piece of wood and the biggest rope I could find, but what you're going to get is this tight little knot right here, okay? This is an awesome, 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 I'll say awesome 50 times knot. For shock absorption, it does a great job when you slack line, tight line, it doesn't matter the hook set, it does not break when you're cracking them. If you do it properly, you wet that line, you cinch it down there. This is an amazing fluorocarbon knot. It works great on mono, but I've had pretty much no issues with it for the past 4 or 5 years that I've been using this. It works great. I absolutely love it. It's the best. So let's jump over. We'll show you guys here with fluorocarbon on a darker background so you can really see it, and then we'll jump to our next knot. Alrighty, and one last time here, just so you guys can see it really well. I'm gonna take my line, I'm gonna put it right through my eyelet here. I'm gonna take my line, I'm gonna cross it up and over. Try and keep your main line up and out of the way for this there, but take that. I'm gonna swing it around however many times I want there. Like I said, the heavier the line, the less times you're gonna wanna do it. Wet it, cinches down, you're done. Alrighty y'all, and just a quick recap on this knot to sum things up there. I just use this knot on fluorocarbon, I would not use it on braid. There's a chance that any knot other than the Palomar knot has a chance of slipping with braid, so I only use that. But with this knot, it's great for anything fluorocarbon, monofilament, anything like that. It's super easy, it doesn't take any time whatsoever to tie it. It's really strong, I don't have any issues with my hook set. Landing fish, having fish pull, or the line coming, or I mean, the knot coming undone there, it takes about 2 seconds. It's really quick. I like to retie a lot, so it works really great for that because I don't have this super intricate knot that I gotta do all this stuff with. Thread it through there, spin it around 6 or 7 times, cinch it down, make sure you wet it, and it's good to go. I mean, you can really crank on this thing and it's just gonna pull tighter there. So awesome jig knot, awesome knot for a lot of stuff. It's super easy, and like I said, I haven't had any issues with it. I know there's fancier knots you can use out there, but for whatever this one's called, it works great for me. Alrighty boys, and for the second knot in tonight's video, we're gonna be talking about the Palomar knot, the Palomar knot, whatever you wanna call it. Probably one of the most popular knots in bass fishing other than the fisherman's knot, you know, but if you bass fish, you know what the Palomar knot is, and if you don't, we're about to show you. This is exceptionally good for braid. It works on everything else, but like I said, with monofilament and fluorocarbon, there's a chance that when you cinch it down, you can burn your line, which leads to, you know, I get a bite, I set the hook, it snaps, and I go, well, what the heck, you know, it's brand new line. It is what it is. But with braid, I mean, this thing is just about indestructible. It's one of the strongest knots, pound for pound. I mean, it's just incredible. So you're gonna start by taking your line, bringing it through, and then you're going to bring it back through whatever you are throwing, okay? So whether it's a jig, a swim bait, I use this on all my swim jigs when I'm throwing them on straight braid, but now you're going to have a loop and you're going to have your tag in and your main line, okay? What you're gonna do is, you're gonna go ahead and take that loop, cross it over your main line in that, your main line in the tag end there. You're going to bring it under, so now it's almost like you're tying an overhand knot with it, except before you go and do that, okay, so now we've got a bigger loop. Here we go, this is it. You're gonna go ahead and start that knot, bring this around your bait, up to the top, and now you're just gonna go ahead and cinch this down with the heaviest rope you freaking have. Good Lord almighty. You've got a wicked strong knot. It's doubled over itself everywhere. So for any kind of braided line, super line, stuff like that, doesn't matter what brand, what kind you like to use, the Palomar knot is the ultimate knot for anything braid. It doubles over itself, it doesn't slip, it holds super strong, and its breaking test for this is absolutely insane. So we'll show you guys on actual braid there, and then we're gonna wrap this video up. All right, y'all, one last angle here, just so we can make sure you guys all have the best view possible of this if you're just learning. We're gonna go ahead, take this knot, or take this line, bring it through, put it back through, So now we've got a loop and a tagging in our main line. Try not to do what I just did and shake your skirt material all over inside of that knot there. But you're gonna take your loop, take your other end, and you're going to cross them over and tie an overhand knot, but don't cinch it down all the way yet. Then you're gonna take that loop that you originally had there, you're gonna bring it around your bait till you get to that point, wet that knot that you've got there, and just slowly cinch that down. And that is your Palomar knot, whatever. Alrighty, y'all, that is all I've got for you today. Those are the 2 knots that I run all year for pretty much everything. Like I said, that first knot I run on strictly fluorocarbon and mono, if I do throw mono for whatever reason. But it's a great fluorocarbon knot. It's great for hard hook sets. It's great for jigs. It works on pretty much everything. I've never had any issues with it. And it's super quick, you know, it's easy to just retie. There's no groaning or moaning or whatever if you've got a nick in your line, or even if you just want to be safe and you've got to retie. It takes 2 seconds to snip it, spin it around, and you're done with that. The Palomar knot you guys are all, or Palomar knot, whatever, is a super effective one too for braid. I run on my swim jigs, my frogs, everything I run with braid there, or if I'm flipping with braid, it's the only option you guys will ever need there for that. So comment below what knot you guys like to use. I hope this helps you. We've had some comments here in the past asking, you know, what knots do you tie and whatever. These are what I've run. I wouldn't be telling you guys if I had any issues with them ever, and I haven't. So they're great knots. Be sure you check those out. Practice them, try them, let me know what you think there. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Check out everything in the description below. Check out our big wizards that are on sale this week, and we will catch you guys on Saturday for another badass limited drop video. We've got a good one cooking up this week. You guys are gonna love it, and we will see you then.